Far be it for me to decipher the indecipherable, but I will try. We should have had this hearing next door in the bar because this lends itself very well to heavy drinking. I will just submit that at the outset. It's great to be with Senator Kim, our newly elected outstanding senator from New Jersey. Let's just remember that a lot of the discontent around globalization has been lingering for a long time. I felt it as governor in my state. And trade really starts at the most fundamental of local and grassroots levels. We're all kind of looking at the top line trade policy, Washington style. But the United States is made up of 50 individual sovereign entities, all with their own constitutions, legislatures, and way of doing business. And many of them are going to keep trading as they've always traded. And I suspect we're going to be here 4 years from now, and we'll sit down with the great foreign minister of Canada, and they'll still be a great ally, friend, and trading partner, is my guess. So let's take away the performative and hyperbolic aspects of politics, and let's look at the policy side. So who is Trump? Trump is a real estate developer tycoon from New York City, whose modus operandi is typically shouting out a deal, audacious though it might be, and looking for people to make a counteroffer. So the old conventions of making trade policy speeches at the Brookings Institution or the Munich Security Conference, those days are gone. And here are the days where on Air Force One you utter your trade policy, which is the simplest and most confounding trade policy I've ever heard in my life. If you charge us, we will charge you. It doesn't take 100 pages to write that, but there you have it. So I think the broader question is, will participants here representing some of the great countries of the world, and I really am honored to be here with you, kind of look at the reality, which is, in many cases, there are long-standing solid trading relationships. In some cases, there are imbalances. And what Trump is looking at is a very kind of simple view of imbalances being a result of unfair trade practices. So the key here, I think, and listen, don't take my words to the bank. I'm just giving you a gut response to all of this, which is put an offer on the table. Do a deal, negotiate something. That's kind of his style, and chances are you're going to find something that makes sense for the time being. But trade policy right now is not going to be driven by the U.S. Trade Representative's office, because the whole organization has been changed such that it now reports up through the Commerce Department, which traditionally has never done trade policy. It does trade promotion. So where is trade policy going to come from? I suspect it's going to come from Trump himself, who likes to engage in person-to-person relationship and diplomacy. And he will cut deals one-off in that fashion. The broader issue that I'm concerned about is, so what happens to the rules of the road more broadly? What happens, I represent MasterCard. We have 3.5 billion customers in 210 countries of the world. We are absolutely reliant on interconnectivity and trade flows. What we have not seen and what needs to happen is some updated version of digital trade, the protection of intellectual property, storage of data, on and on and on. So what's going to happen in this void of trade policy making? I suspect we're going to see regions of the world begin to take the lead. I'm talking about ASEAN. I mean, even now, the 10 nation states of ASEAN are working on a data facilitation agreement. That could set a standard for the world. They're working on things in the GCC. India is working on a connective route to the Middle East. There are all kinds of innovative things that are taking place in the world today. So my guess is, in this interregnum, this void of trade policy and kind of one-off deal making, we're going to see a lot of regionalization. And out of regionalization will likely come some interesting thinking that will lead probably to some future solutions on broader trade policy issues.
That's brilliant. So a vision of a world that will continue to cooperate, but actually work around the United States instead of through it all the time.